Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're underway in Atlanta. Kick taken in here at the 17. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And this run doesn't quite reach enemy territory. Tackled at midfield. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 3rd down, Herbert has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air. Herbert. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. It's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
To the air, 3rd and long. Finds his target, Robinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Falcons will have a 1st. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Willis. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he's brought down for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Falcons will take over. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Robinson on the inside give. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. He lobs it deep middle. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Takes it in at the 21. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. They've got 1st down from the 31. Here's Willis. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Third and long for him here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him an even 10 yards on. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
1st down, Dallas.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. 7-0 is our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 46. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Willis to throw it. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Willis now. He finds him beyond the marker. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They send a receiver in motion right. Takes out a 1-stop. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
They've got him behind the line for a big loss.
As a play caller, kid, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Willis looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Here's Willis to the air. The throw is caught. And in for the Dallas touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys tie this game 7-7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get some late points and the lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They've got a man in motion. To throw, here's Willis. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Willis. Catch made by Mitchell. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Throwing on 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Falcons take over on his 5th interception of the season. All right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. To rock this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He finds Mitchell, complete. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. A.J. Terrell making that stop. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. One final shot before halftime. Launches one deep downfield. Ooh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Falcons do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Went to the oh-well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. They had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. He sent a man in motion. Mitchell up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Mitchell again. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From just shy of midfield on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he is on 3rd and long. Oh no, they get him yet again. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. They'll motion Lamb right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Has a hole left, room to run. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That pick 6 ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him, Brock. This deficit might be just too much to come back from.
Yeah, if there was any hope left, they sure could have used some points. And they're going to have to get points now in a hurry. That's for an offense who just threw the interception. And they might back out there. You better flush it fast.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They motion the slot man right. Mitchell on the carry. His push straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why. And
it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Cowboys football as we're really just counting down this final quarter. This game seems out of hand. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing is Willis. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Slot man in motion right. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
A tight end in motion now. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Here's Willis. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. And this is Mitchell. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Again, this is Mitchell. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Willis now. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? If it shows the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now the give for Bijan. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. That's brought in by Mooney. Rolling into enemy territory. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons approaching win number 7 on the year. They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Wow, they're gonna pass it here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons running him out of the building. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Tight end going in motion here. The give now to Mitchell. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
That throw behind his intended target.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. And they pick him off again. And the Falcons have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Staying with Robinson. Open space inside the 40. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ballgame. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10 are under Robinson. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way.